In today's gaming news, Hearthstone enters open beta, Titanfall alpha footage gets leaked, and do convenience features like Raid Finder ruin MMOs? Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Force here with your day's gaming news. First up today, the time has finally arrived. If you've been patiently awaiting to play Hearthstone, the time has come. Hearthstone Open Beta has commenced here in North America. All you need to do is head on over to battle.net and download the client and you can jump right into the game. Now other regions, such as Europe, will have to wait a couple of days, but it is coming, so fret not. Even if it's not right this moment, you will be able to play Hearthstone very, very soon. I've been loving the game for the past few months, having a great time, not only playing it, but covering it here on YouTube. I do plan to continue to cover the game. I think the great thing about the series that I'm doing is that it's always going to be relevant, as there will always be some top decks to display and to talk about. So I'll keep doing it as long as people keep watching, but now at least you get a chance to play the game if you haven't already. Next up in news, we've got some leaked Titanfall footage. An alpha just took place for this game in which they were stress testing the servers and getting some people to hop in and basically see what they thought about the game. Well, it was supposed to be under NDA, but as always happens, some footage has been leaked. I don't know how long this is going to last up on the internet, so make sure you take a look at it if you're interested as soon as possible before it gets taken down. Even if it does get taken down, expect mirrors to pop up. Once this footage gets out here, it's just out there. Now onto the footage itself. I liked what I saw. I have to be honest. I've talked about how it's an exciting game, mainly because it's been one of the most talked about games coming out of trade shows, out of conventions. The gaming press at large has been very excited about Titanfall, and so I've just been taking that information, relaying it back to you guys. Now seeing some solid, unedited footage. At first I expected, Call of Duty with mechs, and while it could turn out to be that, it looks fun, it looks frantic, it looks enjoyable, not only to play in the mechs, but also outside of the mechs. The gameplay just looks smooth, solid, frantic, and fun. You can judge for yourself though. Check out that 10-minute video. I'll give you guys a link in the description below. And yeah, let me know what you think about it when you do give it a look. Now do keep in mind, Titanfall will be launching in just under 2 months now. It's actually March 11th, and that will be available on the 360, Xbox One, and the PC. And last up in news today, we're going to talk a little bit about convenience features in MMOs. On a recent episode of the Soapbox on Massively, an article was posted talking about how Raid Finder sort of ruined raiding in the World of Warcraft. And this is the sort of thing that I've talked about in the past, but I wanted to, I guess, bring it back up again because I thought this was an interesting article, but because I agree with it in a sense. Whether it's Raid Finder or any of the other convenient features, such as the Dungeon Finder that came before it, the cross-server play and PvP battlegrounds, while this does add convenience to the games, a major concern has always been for me that it takes away from the sense of community building that I think is important in MMO games where you're dealing with a large group of people, and it also takes away from a lot of the exploration and excitement. I mean, the days where you had to actually run to a dungeon in order to complete it and get into it rather than just queuing up and immediately snapping to it. And I know this is something that we're continuing to see in more and more MMOs that come out, but even things like flying mounts and decreasing the time it takes to travel, I think it sort of takes away from the mystique of the world. So convenience features in games, flying mounts, looking for group, looking for dungeon, looking for raids, instant PvP queues. Do you guys think that ruins the sense of immersion, the sense of community, and the sense of wonder in games? While I like those convenience features as someone who continuously, as I age, am more and more strapped for time, I also feel that it does take away something from the game that I really enjoyed about MMOs in the past. But of course, that is just my opinion, and I'd love to know what you guys think, so let me know in the comment section below. Alright guys, that is going to do it for today's episode of the show. Thank you so much for watching. No force feed for the rest of the week, as I am heading out to Florida tomorrow, and I'll be going to the Paradox Convention. Now you can expect some other gameplay footage here on the channel and coverage of Paradox Convention, and it should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks guys so much for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe, and as always, keep watching, or once again, this has been Force, and you have just been force-fed. I know, lots of people probably wanted me to talk about this whole crazy Microsoft paying off people to give positive reviews and then not talk about the fact that they're getting paid to do it. But I mean, come on, sponsorships happen all the time. It's wrong that they weren't allowed to mention the sponsorship, but getting paid to talk about stuff is pretty commonplace on YouTube. It's just, they should have disclosed the fact that they were getting paid to do it. Anyways, have I told you guys how much I love Microsoft lately?